About 2.5 months ago, I was on ChaseTheChuckWagon.com looking for some sweet deals, and I got one. I won this Xbox for about $15 or so, and it came with 2 controllers, and this is 8 or 9 games. Scooby doesn't have a case, but what you gonna do? The only 2 games I'm really gonna try out of this are The Godfather and Scooby-Doo, and then there's a bunch of racing and sports games. Not sure what I'll do with those. Might give them away, might sell them. I'm going to let my girlfriend go through the racing games first because she's nuts about racing games. And, yeah, like I said, it took 2.5 months to get this bad boy. I've been sending emails back and forth with the seller, and I assumed I got ripped off, but I was just going to see how long they'd keep churning out bullshit emails. And the weirdest excuses. Said she had this, went to a game store or something and got this Xbox cleaned, which, if you look at it, it does not look like it's been cleaned. There's like, you know, gunk in there. Nothing major, but, you know, if you say you got it cleaned. So she said it took a long time to get that done. The last excuse I got was she mailed it out and got it back and verified the address it was sent to, and it was off by 1 number in the zip code. There was a 5 instead of a 4. And I thought, yeah, that just sounds like a bullshit excuse. That was a couple weeks ago. So I didn't even get an answer to the last email, but lo and behold, like, I ordered this thing in September is when I won the auction, and emailed all through October and a good chunk of November, and this bad boy showed up Monday. So yeah, that's pretty cool. The Xbox works. I've fired it up, tested it out with Scooby because that's what was in the disk drive, and it worked. And the goal with this bad boy is I'm going to soft mod it and run a bunch of emulators on it, you know, some Neo Geo and probably Super Nintendo, crap like that, and have this hooked up to my number 2 TV. And yeah, probably copy some movies to the hard drive, shit like that. Someday I might hard mod it and put in a bigger hard drive, depending on how the experience with this goes. Now this controller was a fucking mess. It looks like it's melted. Look how warped that is. Like, you can't even use the D-pad, and it's just all fucked up. So this controller, the controller looks fine, but there's like, the wiring's fucked up, and the little connector that plugs into the breakaway cable looks like it's been stepped on. So since this one's, you know, completely garble fucked, I opened it up to see, you know, if I could just swap the guts out, but there were dead bugs in here and all sorts of nasty shit, and yeah, so I'm just going to, I snipped the cable off. So I snipped the cable off, and I'm just going to open this up, snip those cables, solder them together, and you'll never be able to tell. So between the 2 of them, I'll be able to Frankenstein a good controller, I hope. Unless there's like a bunch of dead mutants inside this thing too, who knows. I don't have a Torx 20 screwdriver to open this up, and I don't want to use, you know, just something that'll work, you know. I want to get a real screwdriver for it, but I'm going to open it up and see what kind of wildlife I got brewing inside of this bad boy. And, you know, just to make sure I'm not bringing a fucking infestation of hellspawn into my house. And before that, you know, 2-month incident happened, I had also won from the same seller this Model 2 Super Nintendo, and it was described as non-working. So since I had it bundled together, I didn't have to pay shipping on that. So it was $10 for the non-working Model 2 Super Nintendo. And I buy the shit out of broken and untested consoles because I always get amazing deals that way. So I'm like, yeah, I might be able to fix this. They said, I think they said the power didn't turn on. So my gut feeling was, go ahead and buy it and let's see what happens. I try it with the power supply that came with it and nothing. Try it with a spare Super Nintendo power supply that I did have laying around, and this bad boy fired right the hell up. So more than likely it was just a bad power supply. And I also hit up the cartridge connector with a can of compressed air. I figured since they got, you know, dead critters in this, and the controller that came with that was gunked the fuck up, just like had goo on it, so probably didn't come from the cleanest of people, so their carts were probably in pretty piss poor shape. So I blew that out and cleaned it up a little bit, stuck a game in there a couple of times, cleaned off the game, trying to, you know, get the gunk off. I need to get one of those cartridge connector things, or do that cardboard trick people do. But yeah, this thing works great. So $32.50 for the Xbox bundle for all those games, the 2 jumble fucked controllers, and the Xbox that's in good condition. And like, I haven't cleaned this up too well. Like, I gave it a once over with a rag, but there's still some gunk in there that I'm gonna get in there and, you know, take care of eventually. So now I have every Nintendo console. I don't have every color variant of the N64s or GameCubes, but I'm not that anal of a collector. I have every hardware version of the Nintendo consoles, and that's good enough for me. And I just wanted this so I can mod it, throw some emulators on there and play with it, just have a project. And, you know, having this on my number 2 TV, I'll be able to watch DVDs on it, or copy movies to the hard drive, which 10 gigs isn't a lot of room to play with, but for my emulator purposes, that'll be just fine. It'll be fun to play with. So that is what I got 2.5 months ago or so, and can't wait to soft mod this bad boy. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll be working on some more reviews. I got a ton of video on my computer just waiting for me to slap a voiceover on it. I also discovered I can put videos longer than 10 minutes on my channel. Don't know how I slid through with that, but I uploaded a 20-minute Metal Gear Online video I found on my hard drive. So I'm gonna start uploading longer videos. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys around the Webernets.